Hello and welcome back to the Jeevers Golf Channel. My name is Hans Jeevers. I'm a PGA Tour fantasy golf contributor for ProGolfNow.com and Fansided.com. And I'm here with you this week to talk about the United States Open from a DFS perspective. Just real quickly, I just want to say thank you to my subscribers who come by and check out my content each and every week. Thank you so much. Also want to thank anyone that may be stopping by for the first time to check out my content. I appreciate you as well. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be outstanding. It helps with getting my content out there to others as well. Thank you so much. So this week we have the United States Open that will be held at Wingfoot Golf Club in New York. This particular course has hosted multiple majors in the past. It has hosted 5 United States Opens and 1 PGA Championship in 1997. The last United States Open in 2006 was won by Jeff Ogilvy. Golf fans out there may remember that Ogilvy held off Phil Mickelson as Phil Mickelson made some mistakes down the stretch on the 18th hole, and Ogilvy won that event by a score of 5 over par. So as you can see, the USGA, they could make things extremely difficult for these professional golfers. Now, some may say that was 2006, and here we are so many years later. Well, rest assured that the United States Open will not be a tournament that will have a winning score of 10 to 15 under, I can assure you. I expect a winning score around even par this week. It will be a brutal test. That's what the USGA does. So, having said that, as I just mentioned, we have Wingfoot Golf Club. It's a par 70 that measures 7,477 yards. That's a lot of yardage there, my friends. That's a long golf course. So it's going to offer the field small undulating green complexes with POA greens. So that POA grass, some guys like it, some guys don't, that bumpy grass surface. You may want to keep that in mind as you're taking a look at golfers for your lineups this week. So, the POA grass usually is on the West Coast, but for whatever reason, this particular track has it in New York. So, having given you just a quick rundown of the golf course, let me get right to things. I'm coming to you Sunday evening, by the way. I'm watching the Safeway Open as it is being completed, and the reason I'm able to come to you a little bit earlier is because DraftKings and FanDuel dropped the contest and pricing early because it's a major championship. So I was able to get to work much earlier. Both my DraftKings article and my FanDuel article, which will be on Fansided and Pro Golf Now, as I do each and every week. I am currently completing those articles. My FanDuel pricing perspective article will be out tomorrow morning on Fansided, and I would expect my editor will get out the DraftKings article on Pro Golf Now sometime in the mid to late afternoon tomorrow. So let's get right to things here real quick and give you a little rundown of some of my selections for this week's second major of the year. So first off, we have Dustin Johnson. Sometimes you just have to eat the chalk, and this week is one of those weeks. There's no way to get away from Johnson. And on FanDuel, he comes in on the slate at 12-1. And on DraftKings, he comes in on the slate at 11-5. And I will have my shares of Dustin in my GPP lineups on both sites. There's just no getting away from him. He's just playing outstanding. He is the 2016 United States Open champion. But let's take a look real quickly at his outstanding form as he arrives this week at Wingfoot. Since the beginning of July, Johnson has played 8 tournaments on the PGA Tour. In those 8 events played, he has 3 wins and 2 runner-up finishes in those 8 events. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff. And, of course, you golf fans will probably know that he won the Tour Championship 2 weeks ago, and he hoisted the FedEx Cup above his shoulders. So congratulations to you, Mr. DJ. So cool, $15 million for DJ. Congratulations to him. But I think that he is primed and ready, and I would not be surprised at all if he won again this week. Next week, excuse me. This is Sunday, so 4 or 5 days from now. I would not be at all surprised if he wins again. Having said that, will fatigue set a factor? Will there be a letdown? We will see. Having said that, he's just playing too good to fade. My prime selection this week is just a guy that I just have a feel is going to come through this week is Xander Schauffele, the X-Man. Guy's played outstanding over the last 11 months. He is not the flashiest of guys, and he hasn't been able to get a major championship just yet, so maybe the media doesn't give him as much exposure because of it. But in the last 11 months, he's played 18 tournaments on the PGA Tour, and he has 16 top 25 finishes in those 18 events, so a lot of consistency for Mr. Xander there. He finished second to Dustin in the Tour Championship 2 weeks ago, and he has a way of popping in big events. He won the Century Tournament of Champions in the past. He has won the Tour Championship in the past, I believe in 2016, I believe. So he pops when it counts. He's not a guy that tends to win the Memphis Open. The juices start flowing for Xander when it matters. So I just have a feeling about Xander this week. Also like the fact that Xander has played outstanding United States Open tournaments before. In the last 3 years, Xander has been in the field the last 3 years at the United States Open, and he has 3 top 6 finishes at the U.S. Open in the last 3 years, including a third-place result in 2019. So I know he can perform at this level. I like Xander a lot this week. Give me some X-Man in this week's U.S. Open. In my FanDuel article, I make reference to a guy that primarily plays on the European Tour. His name is Ryan Fox. He's a 33-year-old New Zealander. He's a big, strong guy that can hit it a long way. And as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to hit it a long way here to succeed. This particular gentleman here finished 19th at the 2019 U.S. Open, so I know he can perform at a high level in a major championship in this country. So he can fly across the Atlantic this week and perform well. Also like the fact that Mr. Fox there has played 7 tournaments since the restart of the European Tour after the COVID-19 pandemic stopped things for a while. In those 7 events played, Fox has 5 top 28 finishes, including a 15th place result at the Hero Open on the Europe Tour in August. Again, $7,700 for Fox is a not outstanding price. Low-cost guy. Am I saying he's going to go in there and win this week? Probably not. Do I think he can top 10 or top 20? Absolutely. He finished top 20 last year. He's a very good golfer here. Okay, don't underestimate these guys that are on the Euro Tour. Okay, I also think there is an opportunity for DFS golf players with these Euro Tour players because the respective sites, FanDuel and DraftKings, struggle to get the pricing correct for these guys. So he comes in at $7,700. Roll with Fox. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I have him on FanDuel at $7,700. Also like Ches Reavie at $8,100 on FanDuel. He finished 3rd at the 2019 U.S. Open. I'm currently watching the end of the Safeway Open. He went on a heck of a tear here in the back 9 at the Safeway. 6 or 7 birdies out of the last 9 holes. He's going to finish in the top 3 this week, I believe, there. He's a West Coast guy. He'll like these POA greens that he will see this week. The bumpy greens don't bother him any. So, Ches Reavie, he's a nice ball striker when he's on his game. I like him at 8-1 on FanDuel. On DraftKings, on the DraftKings slate, $8,200, I like American Scottie Scheffler. This guy just completed his first season on the tour as a rookie, and the guy played outstanding He's just on a mission the last several weeks of the PGA Tour schedule. He finished off his rookie tour season with a 5th place finish at the Tour Championship. Let me just run down a couple stats with Mr. Scheffler. Scheffler is currently ranked 7th in birdie average, 12th in scoring average, 10th in strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained tee to green. He also ranks 10th on the PGA Tour as we speak. This guy is a ball striker. He's an outstanding talent. He ripped up the Korn Ferry Tour as well, which for those that are not familiar, Korn Ferry Tour is basically the tour for those players that are making their way to the most elite tour in the world, the PGA Tour, and he played outstanding there as well. So I like Scottie a lot this week. I think he could surprise some people this week and possibly win this event. I think he has the game to possibly win. So one thing to keep in mind is, we had Gary Woodland win the U.S. Open last year. He was a first-time major champion. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I believe 7 of the last 10 United States Open winners were first-time major winners. So don't be at all surprised if you get a first-time major winner. So lastly, on DraftKings, I'm going with the guy that some people may overlook. Again, a Euro player that may get overlooked on DraftKings at $6,800. His name is Erasmus Hojagaard, Hojagaard. He is the first player on the Euro Tour to be born after the year 2000 to win a European Tour event. As a matter of fact, now he's won 2. Okay, this guy is playing outstanding. I don't know how he'll play in his first major. Will the bright lights bother him? I don't know. But at a price of $6,800, he is certainly worth the risk. Rasmus has 5 top 6 finishes in his last 7 events on the European Tour, including a win at the UK Championship last month. I've seen this young player play, and he's outstanding, young golfer. You're going to hear a lot of him over the next decade. And can he pop this week? Sure he can. Sure he can pop and get you a top 20 for $6,800. Absolutely. Remember, you're going to have a lot of casual DFS players rolling into DFS golf this week because it's a major championship. They're not going to know who Rasmus is. They're going to have no clue. Well, I can assure you he's a hell of a golfer, and at $6,800, he's well worth the risk. So I'll leave you with that. Again, thanks so much for dropping by. It's a pleasure and an honor to talk to you each and every week. I hope my analysis and picks are helping you out. If you don't mind hitting that like button, I'd appreciate it. Be sure to check out my articles on Pro Golf Now and Fansided.com tomorrow. Best of luck to you, and I certainly hope you win some GPP contests and some cash money and some cash contests. Take care of yourself and have a great week. We'll see you in a week for the next tournament on the PGA Tour, which I have no clue what it is. But all that matters is this week. You take care.